Hi, you're on another dumb show. Who's this?
Falcor.
Falcor! Yes! So thank you so much for calling back. I apologize the phones were being wonky before, but they are rolling. And
Oh no, it's cool.
I'm happy to have you on. So I saw in the chat, you are a member of the League of Dummies. Thank you, by the way. I really appreciate that. Um, and I saw that on your way home from work, you said that you had a great day, I believe is what I saw. And then something really gross and morbid happened on your way home from work.
Yeah.
What happened? Paint the picture
Yeah.
for me.
So yeah. So I'm a dog groomer. We're usually there later on Fridays, right?
Okay.
Magically got off early today. I was like, awesome. I'm going to stop at Walmart, pick up my kids' school order that I had made.
Okay.
And so I stopped, and for some reason, I decided that I was going to like park on the side
Like by
after I was picking it up to do something on my phone.
Okay. Oh, so you like pulled off after you go in the store, you get your stuff, and then you pull like you're pulling away and you go, oh crap, I need to stop and do something on my phone real quick. So you stop driving.
Yeah, which
like
is
a
weird because
responsible
I
person.
normally don't stop driving
Oh,
to
okay.
play with my phone, as horrible as that is.
Fair enough. At least you're honest. All right. But you did this time.
Yeah. So I had stopped, and this Amish guy, because I live in the middle of nowhere, had walked up to me and was like, "Excuse me, can I use your phone? I'm pretty sure that guy in the Amish buggy over there is dead."
Oh. Whoa.
And I was like, "Yeah."
So this whole picture is just weird, first off, because you got an Amish guy walking up to you in the first place, which is just weird. And then asking you to, because you're not Amish, I'm assuming.
No, absolutely
And
not.
I'm pretty sure, do you have blue hair too, I think? At least in your avatar you do?
Right now it's like half purple, half like blue. But yeah, I have
purple.
multicolored hair.
So hard for an Amish person probably to approach you, if I had to guess, for that Amish person.
Yeah, and I'm a woman, so yeah.
Oh, I forgot all about that too. They don't like that the women don't get to, you don't talk to the women there too. That's right. So all right, so he comes up and he says this to you. Were you weirded out at all just by the fact that he's coming up to you at all? Were you concerned? Because I don't want to, like, I just had somebody drop off a voting flyer at my house today, and it made me all uncomfortable just because there was a stranger at my door. I just didn't, I don't like it. It made me all feel weird. So somebody coming up to my car like that would make me feel all weird, and I don't think I would want to give him my phone.
Well, he had his daughter with him too, so that probably made it a little less menacing.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, so then I was like, absolutely. I dial 911 and hand him my phone. So I get out of the car and I hear him tell dispatch, I'm pretty sure I tried to shake him and he didn't wake up.
Ugh.
So I had asked, I was like, do you want me to check? And the Amish guy was like, absolutely.
Oh.
So I walk over to the buggy, and I didn't even have to get that close before it was very obvious that this man was dead.
You could smell it?
No, you couldn't smell it, but his hands were already turning blue. His arms were blue and splotchy. And when I did check, just in case, and he was ice cold and stiff.
So what did you do?
So
the neck? Do the thing they do on the TV, the hand or the neck, or did you do the wrist one?
I did the wrist.
The wrist. Okay, cool.
Just because I was on like the opposite side of the buggy, so his wrist was closer.
Mm-hmm. Was there a horse attached to this
thing,
or is it just like
yeah?
off to the
So
side?
here's where I start to get angry. The horse was unattached. So at this particular Walmart, there's a like really long metal pole that you can hook up your horses to.
Okay.
Or they have like a barn kind of open shed situation where you can like pull in and hook your horses up to so they have shade and stuff.
Wow. Okay. Jesus Christ. You do.
And that is directly
middle of nowhere
behind the pole. Yes. Yeah. I'm in like near Middlefield, and that's where this was.
Okay.
So every single Amish person that parked in that shed had to walk by this man in his buggy.
Oh,
to
so
get
you're
into the
saying
store
but all these people just walked past this dead guy and didn't even bother to
for hours.
lift. Well, you got to remember they don't have phones, so maybe they're just waiting.
Yeah, well, some of them do. A lot of them
Oh.
do. And I could understand if you like it. Okay, how to say this? Because up to the hitching post anymore, it was like the guy was getting ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But they're really trained, so they don't really walk off.
I'm
you know,
surprised.
so if he didn't feel the tug on the reins, he wasn't going to go anywhere. So it's essentially would be like I walk in the store and I see somebody with their car door open, their leg hanging out, their head leaning up against
the steering wheel,
like the seatbelt, and then the car running, and people just walking by without at least being like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Well,
maybe
I
this
mean,
dude's asleep, but
nodded out in the car and walked by him. I've seen that all the time at Walmart.
well, that's
yeah, but most of the time, you know what I mean. You're at least gonna like, "Hey, bro, are you cool?" And when you see someone move, or you're gonna go into the store if you don't want to touch somebody and be like, "Hey, there's someone like nodded out in your parking lot. You might want to go check or call 911."
I'm you know what I mean? I'm having a hard time focusing because I'm still stuck on the fact that you just handed your phone to the guy that just touched the dead guy, and then you touched the dead guy, and now you're touching your phone again with with the dead guy all over you. And now you're getting the dead guy all over your phone. That's where my brain is. That's how
I didn't think about my phone until you just said something.
Oh my God, that's all I've been thinking about since you said that I let him. You said he touched he goes, "I just got done. I shook him." And then he asked to use your phone. That's all I could think of. And then 2 seconds later, you're touching him and then back on the phone. And I'm sitting there going, does she have hand sanitizer? Does she have wipes?
No. I literally
don't know, man.
I literally, no. I was like, I don't want to smoke a cigarette or anything right now because I have dead people hands.
Oh.
And I never even thought about my phone.
Yeah, so you better go. You got to sanitize that thing, man, because it's got dead all over it. Oh man, gross.
Yeah. So then, after like the cops showed up and the ambulance and the fire truck and everything.
Yeah.
Then suddenly, all these other Amish people were interested in the buggy, and like surrounding the buggy to see what was happening.
Yeah, because they saw you too. So they're like, "Oh, what did this normal person do to this poor
could be.
Amish person?"
I'm covered in tattoos, piercings, funny colored hair.
I say normal person.
No, well, it's basically what it is. But so I've just been raging basically since it happened over the fact that so many people had to have walked by this man and they literally left him to bake.
Oh God,
to death, and like he was, you know what I mean? Like that's horrible.
Rachel said she found a dead lady on the road not long ago. Just kept driving and called the cops. I guess you
which is fine. That's still like
good question.
At least she called.
Good question from Austin, from my future son-in-law, Austin. Any foul play suspected, or just like a heart attack or heat
That's
stroke?
what I'm guessing because he wasn't in like any sort of position where it looked like there was a struggle or he flopped over, anything like that. Like he looked pretty comfortable, honestly. It looked like he had fallen asleep, sort of.
I guess if that's the way to go if you're gonna go, man, while you're sleeping. Poor Amish community, lost to the Amish community. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he was one of those guys that goes around cutting off other people's beards, though. So you got to watch out for some of those Amish guys.
Could be.
Falcor, thank you for calling. I know you were reluctant to call in. Now, are you?
I was.
Well, don't be. You see, I'm not so bad.
No.
What? I appreciate it. What was I just gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, do you have to do any kind of reports or anything? Follow up? Is it are you done at this point, or are they going to follow up with you about anything?
I think I'm done. I had asked the one cop if I was good to go before I left, and then the Amish guy who had used my phone had asked me. He was like, "Hey, can you take me somewhere? I know this guy's son. Can you take me to his son's house to let him know?" And I was like, "Sure. Let me just move a few things in my car because I've got my."
Hi, welcome to another dumb show. Welcome to issue number 81 of another dumb show. Holy shit, what a cluster F. Welcome to my life after a wedding weekend. Holy crap, guys. Sorry, my God, I'm another dumb show host. What a friggin' cluster F here. All the microphones, everything were reset, had to be reset. Everything was broken this morning when I reset everything. What a day it's been here in Studio Struts. But you know what? Hey, guess what? It's up and running. If that's the worst thing that happens tonight, then hey, guess what? We're off to a good start. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. I think the phones are working tonight. So if you guys want to give those a call, hey, Open Lines America. I pay for these goddamn phones, and you know nothing makes me happier than when you guys call. So they were working 2 seconds ago, and now it looks like they're being weird again. So we'll see what happens. But again, I apologize if I seem a little disheveled. Everything was all weird. Apparently I'm a moron and I have another TV show on in the background that I never got rid of. Holy crap, guys, I apologize. Everything was on track to get started right. And then right when I got everything up and running, everything went to crazy. I didn't have anything ready to go like I thought I did. So my bad, guys, my bad. Christina said, cluster F, Dumb's Life 24/7, we love it. No, that's not the case at all, in fact. It's usually not a cluster F. It was just a kind of a crazy day as far as trying to get everything reset again. Like I said, sometimes, by the way, shout out to Strawberry Charlie, who was first in chat. But yeah, so what I have to do, like this mic, and all this is connected to another microphone box back behind me. It's actually, so this is a wireless microphone. I have to take this with this big microphone box behind me with me to other events. So I had a wedding on Saturday, which was a huge success. The complete opposite of the cluster F that you're looking at right now. This was just one of those times today where when I came back to reset everything after my event, I just forgot little bitty details. So apparently, I think what happened. So the way this thing that I'm wearing works, it works on a little mic pack, right? This mic pack, apparently, when I went to go turn it on right when the show started, apparently the batteries were dead. I must have left it on over the weekend or something, because I don't know how the hell else it would have gone bad or gone dead, but yeah, those are apparently dead. So I didn't even use this one over the weekend, so don't even know how the hell that could have happened. But not Cream Pie Tony P, thank you very much. I appreciate the super fan donation in there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, especially considering the rousing start that I'm off to here today. I think part of it was I forgot. One of the things I always kind of forget to do is before the show starts is get together the recap, the little clip that I'm going to play before we start. I forget to do that almost every single day until right before we start, because I'm busy pulling clips, trying to figure out what we're going to talk about, and blah, 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 blah. And then I end up forgetting to do one of the most important things that starts the damn show. So my bad, guys. Like I said, just kind of a cluster F today. But my weddings, on the other hand, are not. Boy, I had such an incredibly fantastic event on Saturday. I DJ'd a wedding all the way out in Sandusky by Cedar Point. It's a place called Sawmill Creek Resort. A little bit of a drive out there. I could have done without almost an hour drive to an event, but it was worth it. You know, the money's good for it, so it works out. But man, I got there, and the couple was so easy to work with. Most of my couples, I do most of my work with, well, almost all my couples through emails and maybe a couple of video calls here and there. These people were super easy. We didn't have to do any meetings, nothing. It was all through email, super simple, knew exactly what they wanted, had seen me at another wedding before, so knew what they were getting. And I had literally only like one question for them. They had uplights. I said, what color uplights do you want? And she said, I trust your judgment, Sean, whatever you think will look best. So I went in there, I got everything all set up. It was kind of an extensive setup. There were speakers all over because it was a huge ass room. Darla, with the squeaky toy, please. Please, we got to cut it. You got to stop playing with that, baby. You're killing me with the squeaky toy today. That's the new squeaky toy that B1 got for her. So she's really going ham on it. Darla, take a break. Thank you. Maybe go to sleep for a little bit. That's her new dinosaur. Yeah, so yeah, I'll talk to you about B1 here in a little bit. But yeah, so the wedding was a huge lot of setup. I get there, I got to put up these lights, and there's a lot of them. There's like 18 lights, and it's a giant room, so I got to walk. It's a lot of walking to set up all these damn lights, right? And I don't have them all on remote or anything like that. I have them where because the batteries, the way the batteries work, they run out of batteries if I put them on the wireless remote setup. So I just put them on the individual settings where I can just walk and flick and turn them on and off. So I made them all green. The room looked beautiful. It matched the theme. They had like an evergreen kind of theme to their tables with black tablecloths and white linens. And then they had big, huge, just green and white floral things on their table. So just very kind of, not plain, but just very elegant green. Looked perfect. So I said, oh, perfect. The green lights around the room will highlight perfectly. So then I get it all set up, get it all lit up. Looks good. Looks, in my opinion, looked just good because the lights weren't dimmed yet as far as the overhead lights. And then outside it was still light outside, and they got these big doors, so all the light was coming inside. So the room didn't look as good. It was going to look as good as it was going to look until it was going to get a little bit darker. So I'm talking to the coordinator, and I get it all set up, and I get it all green, and I look. There's a wedding coordinator there who did a fantastic job on her end. But I had a little bit of a creative disagreement with her because she decided to tell me that she thought the lights should be white. And I said, white? Why would we make them white? The walls are white, number one, maybe a little off-white. And there's already lights on in the room, so why would we make them white? And, you know, the bride had said, go ahead and do it. Make the decision on what you think, Sean. So I'm going to go with the executive decision, and I'm going to go keep them green. And the coordinator said, oh, okay. Well, then her assistant came up to me and said the same thing. The bride, then she goes, well, the coordinator wants them turned white. And I said, yeah, she had already told me that, and I already said no because the bride told me to pick whatever color I decided looked best, and I think the green looks best. And so she walked away and didn't really seem too thrilled with that answer, but that was it. You know, the bride gave me the executive decision on the creative color, and so I went with it. Then the bride and groom walk in the room, and I'm not shitting you. The bride starts crying because she's so overwhelmed with how beautiful she thinks the room looks. Oh my God, it's so pretty. I love the color. I love the lights. Her husband looked at me and said, oh my God, this green is so cool. I love it. Everything in here looks so nice. I talked to the photographer and I confirmed, hey, do you like the color of the lights and everything? And she goes, yeah, they look great. And I said, what about this one right behind the head table? This is green. Would it be better if this is white just for at least for the framing for the picture? And she goes, actually, yeah, that's great. Are you able to do that? And I said, yeah, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to adjust for the photographer's sake based on the design element of it, not just because you want to be in control and telling me what to do. So I then go change that light. And then while I do that, I notice that the bride is talking to the coordinator. And then, just a couple minutes later, sure enough, while I'm in the middle of doing something else, getting songs lined up or relined, just confirming stuff's lined up, coordinator comes up to me and says, the bride asked if you could turn everything to white. Which I know is a complete and total lie. Just 100% a lie when the bride had just come in and told me how beautiful it was and was crying because she couldn't believe how beautiful her fucking room was. So, just to be the bigger man, I said, you know what? Fine. I don't feel like arguing about this. It's not worth it. It'll take me 10 minutes to go do it. So fine. I'll just walk around the room. I'll change all the lights. So I did it. And fortunately, once the dancing starts, I turn several of the lights into kind of like party lights, blah, 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 blah. So it actually kind of works out to where it really doesn't matter in the long run because it's really only for the first beginning part of the night. So I was a little bit. Somebody said take the toy away. I'm sorry, guys. I can take this toy away. I don't even hear it anymore, guys. So I apologize that it's driving you crazy. I live with it, so I tune it out. I don't even notice it. So hold on. Let me take this away from her. Hold on. Bean Arena. Beans. I can't do this right now. You gotta do a different toy. Find something else to play with right now. There you go. Play with that one. You get that one. We can't do that toy right now. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I tune that out while it's happening. I don't even hear it anymore because it just constantly is going on in my house. So I apologize for that, guys. But so, a little creative disagreement, but I did decide, like I said, because the lights are going to end up changing, I kind of change them to like dance floor lights along the walls to kind of give it a club vibe once that starts. Or once the dancing starts, once all the traditional stuff's done. So again, I apologize about that squeaker, guys. I didn't even hear it. It just is not even something I'm processing as being heard. But so here's a little look what one of my weddings look like, actually. And you can see the white lights and you can judge for yourself whether you think they look cool. You can't really see, you can see some of my dance floor lights, but you can't see the up lights that change to like the club lights that I'm talking about once it starts. But this is not the song that was actually playing. The song I put behind it, this is like a royalty-free song. But the song I actually played was a mixed, well, I wouldn't say mixed race wedding, but there were white people and there were a lot of Mexican people there too who like Spanish-speaking traditional Mexican that wanted like Mexican polkas and stuff. They also wanted like, some pop Mexican and like Spanish stuff, Latin music. So one of the songs they wanted to hear at every Latin event, they always want to hear Suavemente. Suavemente. So that's the song that's actually playing in the background. They're going to see these people dancing to, but I just put some weird background, like some kind of salsa-ish song to it in the background. But this is what my weddings look like, guys. This is what you could expect if you were to book Dumb for a wedding. Here you go. Play. Oh yeah, look at that party, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that's the grandma and grandpa right there dancing. I had them all out there. You see the bride in the middle? I love all these little like sweet like I had all these light up leis and they had a bunch of goofy wigs and stuff. This is a good group. They came to party. Zoomed in, I got my bride here. This is what all my brides do at their weddings, guys. They dance. They have fun. They get down. They don't just stand in the corner doing nothing. They dance and have a lot of fun. I tell them I get them out there, get all the formalities and stuff out of the way so they can just go out there and have a lot of fun. So, a lot of fun out there. So, let's see. Brad Tap's asking, where's Mikey? It's Monday night. Oh, shit, he's here. Oh, shit, Mikey's actually here. Oh, I didn't think Mikey was going to be here. It's Monday night. I thought he was going to be bowling, but my main man is here. What's going on, Mikey? How are you, dude?
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
Up for bowling tonight, so I just kind of woke up and hopped on. I said, he'll see me down in the corner at some point.
Well, it's good to see you, man. Welcome back.
Good to see you too.
I guess you didn't go anywhere, but welcome. It's it's good to see you. How you feeling? Back to normal?
Yeah, for the most part, dude. That wiped the shit out of me for the entire weekend.
Yeah, did it? It blew your weekend out?
Yeah, pretty much. We didn't do much all weekend. Went down to the lake for a little bit on Sunday. Other than that, I stayed up late watching the fights.
Oh yeah, did you? So, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, it's one of the things I have on our list to talk about. Did you watch? So you watched Nate and Jake?
I lost my money.
So wait, that's because you put money. What did you bet on Nate to win?
I bet on Nate to win. He was a 4-1 underdog.
So that was going to be a big payout if that was the case.
$25 to win 100. I put $50 down to win 200.
Well, it turned out. So what's hold on. What's in Jake Paul? It went what, 10 rounds?
It did go all 10 rounds.
So did it come to a decision then?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't realize that. I thought it just went to. So here's actually a picture of the fight from the fight. I got to be honest with you, Jake Paul is ripped, dude. Look at that guy's lat and those serrations and those side muscles, man. He's And that looks like it's hurting, that punch. I mean, look at Nate Diaz's body's all bent up all there. That looks like it hurt like a mother effort. So yeah, no, I was thinking, because you look at Jake Paul and you think, God, he's such a little punk ass, but then like really deep down, like Jake Paul would whoop my ass. I wouldn't even.
He's a legit fighter. You got to give him the respect. I mean, I want to see him get knocked out, but that's just because I don't like him personally. But the guy's done amazing things for boxing and a bunch of these older fighters that never got big paydays. This is, well, I don't know for Nate, but every other fighter he's fought has been the biggest payday of their career. I'd imagine this one was closer to the same.
I saw somewhere maybe that Jake Paul made $30 million for this fight.
Wouldn't be surprised. He's the promoter.
That's pretty crazy.
It's his entire thing.
There's another one. Nate's face all crumpled up and got him on the ropes there.
That's what Nate always looks like.
Was it a good fight to watch though? Did you enjoy watching the fight? Did it seem like a rigged YouTube fight, or did it seem like a legit?
No, not at all. It seemed like a legit fight. These guys were going after it, talking shit to each other. I don't think any of his other fights were fixed either. I don't think that Ben Askren took a dive. I don't think that Tyrone Woodley took a dive.
Yeah, I mean that's always the knock on this dude. People always say that it looks like he took a fall, or he's fighting rigged fights or that kind of stuff. Like we just showed that thing with Shane Mosley the other day, saying that he was trying to set up a fight with who was it? I don't even know, some nobody, but that he'd only fight with him
Dennis.
if he had that's right, Dylan Dennis. That
Jake Paul, if he had a bad leg.
Yeah, that's right. So there are allegations that he's only doing rigged fights and things like that. So who knows? But now you think this is going to be the lead up to Conor McGregor, then perhaps, right?
Actually, you know what? They talked a lot after this. Jake Paul said he wanted to beat Nate in a boxing ring and then step into the octagon and beat him in an MMA fight, in a real fight. And he thinks he can do that. So I don't know what's next for Jake. I mean, probably if Tommy Fury beats KSI at this upcoming fight, it makes sense for the Tommy Fury rematch. But I would not be surprised to see Jake Paul getting into an octagon.
So there's some tweets that I found that Jake Paul. Did you see Jake and Conor going back and forth on Twitter? Did you see that battle that they had going there?
I didn't see Jake and Conor going back and forth. No,
yeah,
I saw Conor and Justin Gaethje going back and forth last weekend.
Last night, Conor McGregor, and I'm trying to figure out the time. I can never understand how Twitter works as far as like what order it is when they show you like a retweet and all this stuff. So I don't really know. Maybe you guys can help me, but. Too. Yeah, so right here you see Conor says, "Shut up, you little baldy W word that rhymes with the other N word." Ha 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 ha. I don't know if that was the answer to this, but at some point you see the two of them. I think this is Jake replying to something Conor says. Where did that actual tweet go? Hold on one sec. Let me pull up the actual tweet here because I had it and then I lost it. So give me a sec. That way we can see the actual order here. Well, actually, so I grabbed part of it, so it's all screwy here. But I see Jake Paul replies to the whole thing, but you could read it for yourself there. Conor saying, "I'm gonna serve up your liver on a sandwich in the trilogy, mate. Out straight. I won't even hit your face. That was abysmal last night." Paul is absolute garbage. He is moving backwards. So, who was he talking to in that tweet? Do you know, Mikey? You able to discern who he might have been talking to in there with the trilogy thing?
It's got to be Nate.
So he was talking to Nate?
It's got to be Nate, yep. Because Nate and him are 1-1.
Okay, all right. So then that would make more sense then. So then that's where Jake comes in and says, "Buddy, you need to get into rehab," and then USADA. I don't know what that means. Is that the drug?
USADA, that's the drug testing tool.
That's
drug
right.
Testing pool for the.
So until then, shut up. Floyd toyed with you. Dustin chinned you up. Khabib and Nate choked you out, and I would put you in the coffin for good, even as juiced up as you are. I don't know about all that, man. I think. Well, I didn't know what to think about Jake versus Nate, and of course, I don't know enough about it. But I guess I rely on what I kind of see on social media and stuff, and what, what I see in the news and who's getting presented where.
Nate showed up. He was in shape. He did really well at a heavier weight that he's never fought at before. And he talked about it all camp that he was looking forward to going back to MMA after this.
So he's not done. Oh, so he's not even. I thought this would be something that would retire a guy losing to Jake Paul, I guess, in a boxing
Nate's
match.
Nate's one of those guys that just he won't retire.
He's going to go until
no matter if he loses, until he physically can't do it no more.
He just wants the money and he's just a competitor and that's it.
No, I don't even think it's about the money for him. He's been set for a long time. He's never even moved out of Stockton, California. He just grew up in Stockton, still lives in Stockton.
It's just what he does, just what he is. He's just a brawler, and that's it.
It's the Nick Diaz army, man. They just love fighting.
Okay. All right. Well, I was thinking about trying to watch that fight, but I knew I had to work and stuff. And by the time I got home, I probably could have seen it, but it would have been like the back end of it. And I don't even know. Like, I would have been annoyed because I wasn't watching it live.
It started at like 12:48.
Yeah, I would have probably literally just walked in the door right as it was starting then, and that would have just sucked because then, I gotta unload my equipment, and then I gotta watch it and rewind and catch up, and then I have FOMO about what I might have missed, and then if I look at my phone, I'm gonna see something. And
they stalled for a little bit to let Logan Paul show up there. Logan Paul was in Detroit, wrestling at SummerSlam, won his match in Detroit, hopped on a private jet, and made it to wherever they were fighting right before his brother walked out.
Yeah, I saw Jake rolled up on a tank to the match, which was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I'll give him that actually.
He's a good promoter.
Yeah, no, they're great at what they do. They really are. I mean, like those dudes, they've made you can make fun of them and call them douches all day long, but they're good at what they do. They're good at promoting themselves. They've been good at, getting into. It was weird to see. I wonder how the evolution of them wanting to just be like YouTube pranksters to turning into fighters or WWE stars, like where that turn happened, or if that's something that was their plan all along. Like one wanted to be a boxer and I don't know enough about those two dudes. I know there's a documentary on Netflix about them right now. One of those Untold documentaries. I think it's about Jake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's some allegations in there that their dad was pretty hard on them and like borderline abusive. Like the one, I think Jake straight up calls him abusive. Really? Yeah, Jake straight up calls him abusive, but the Logan kind of dances around it, I guess, and says, "Oh, maybe he was just borderline illegal or something like that." So, it seems like their dad was a little heavy-handed with them, according to that. But they did credit him, saying that he's what made them what they are today. So. Good for those dudes. I saw a picture of them. They did a picture, like a promo picture of them leaning back to back, smoking cigars or whatever I saw on Instagram. And it was like, hey, good for these dudes. I mean, I got nothing but props for those guys, to be honest with you. I don't have to like them personally or whatever. Like I know, Jake Paul is a pretty douchey ass dude. But
oh God,
kudos.
It was so bad during like the pre-fight stuff and all the people that were booing him, and his comeback was "Boo if you're a virgin."
That actually is a little funny. That's the homo say what? It's just kind of it's kind of
it bothered me so much.
I don't hate that at all. So yeah, those dudes are like. I think Jake is annoying. I haven't really noticed Logan Paul as being really annoying. He seems like he's kind of the more level-headed.
I listen to his podcast every once in a while.
Yeah, is it not bad?
It's not bad. He got some good interview skills.
Good for him. Yeah, see, I mean, they've been doing that long enough. They've been interviewed enough times. They're bound to pick. They seem to pick up things pretty well. So, hey, I give those dudes credit, man. I can't knock on. I can't hate those dudes. I'll be the first person to hate on someone if I don't like them. But I can't hate on those dudes. 844 hit Dom. Give me a phone test, guys. Let's see if these things are working. Like I said, they were working when I first started the show. Now they just stopped working again. Well, let's do a little computer reboot. We'll see if we can get those up and running. So Mikey, what's the next big fight coming up that we should that I should start getting ready for?
Ooh, I don't even know what the next one is, to be honest with you. The last 2 weeks were such a whirlwind, and I've been looking forward to these last 2 weeks for so long that I haven't really looked past this. I know early November you're gonna have John Jones Stipe fight.
That's the big one.
Square Garden. That's probably the biggest one up and coming.
You said that's November.
Adesanya should be fighting. Yeah, it should be. I think it's early November.
That's right around the corner actually. So that's not far away at all. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's one worth watching maybe because those are
John Jones
obviously
retirement fight.
even if he wins, he's going to retire.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing left for him. There's no other legends for him to beat, and him wasting his time with these heavyweights that are in the division now, it just doesn't seem like a smart move for a legacy guy like him. He's accomplished everything he needs to accomplish.
You think this is a waste of time, him fighting Stipe too?
No. Has to beat Stipe for his legacy.
Oh, okay. So this is the one left to beat.
Yeah, and Stipe is the greatest heavyweight of all time. If Stipe somehow pull this victory out, he's a legend killer. Hands John Jones his first loss in his entire career, other than one due to technicalities.
See, that'll tell you how kind of far away I am from MMA because I live in the same city as Stipe and like everybody loves him and I mean like I should know more about him or whatever, but I didn't know he was the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time. I didn't know that.
I would consider him the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Who's who's the next person that somebody would argue with it might be? I'm trying to think if I even know these names.
Daniel Cormier, Francis Ngannou.
I've heard of those names. I think I'd know them if I saw them. Yeah, I think I know those two guys actually. So all right, so I know a little bit.
DC's on all the fight cards. He's a real heavy set black dude.
Yeah, kind of squatty, sort of squatty, bald dude.
Yeah, okay. Olympic wrestler, not an Olympic wrestler, All-American wrestler.
And Ngannou is that guy. Well, the phones are working. If you
getting
guys
ready to.
try.
Oh shit, Tyson Fury. That's the next fight coming up in October. Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou in Abu Dhabi. Those guys are making like $50 million each.
Oh, two big ones. Nice. Oh, speaking of Abu Dhabi, I just won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in F122 today. So, yeah, just getting better and better. Moving down, I've now gotten down to, as far as assists, I'm down to medium traction control and only anti-lock braking, no other brake assists right now because I can't even come close to driving yet with anti-lock brakes turned off or because I can't feel it. I can't feel anything in my pedals. I have no force feedback in my wheel. I can't feel anything. I just have a shitty wheel and shitty pedals. So without the force feedback, it's hard to do anti-lock brakes because you can't feel if they're gonna, you're starting to shudder. And then you can't feel if you're losing grip or not with the traction control. So you know what I mean? It's the two things. Once I get a better wheel, I'll be able to turn those off, I think. And then it's some serious racing.
The next level up, just to give you the heads up, you're not going to have the force feedback in the pedals.
That's kind of what I'm holding off on right now is they have those, they do make those with that, right? They're just expensive.
They do. You have to buy the ones with like the pneumatic motors in them. I mean, that's when you're crossing the range from like the $500 range for a setup up into the $1,000 range for a setup to something with the force feedback that you're looking for that's going to fight.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm holding off on. I'm just riding the one I have until I get some extra dough, and then when I do it, I'm gonna go kind of big because I enjoy it that much that I want to actually be able to feel it because it's so much fucking fun. It's so fun. And I was talking to B1 yesterday. I was bitching because the NASCAR race was on, and they stopped the damn race because it was raining. And I was like, man, why can't these guys race in the rain like the Formula One guys do? The Formula One guys, they just go put on some intermediate tires or some wet tires and they go out there and do their thing. And then she's like, well, aren't they going like 220 miles an hour or something and like nonstop and just a little bit of braking? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. But Formula One guys are going from 200 to 30 in like 500 feet. So they have to be able to slow down in wet, and they do it. So I was bitching about
nobody wants to watch cars driving an oval at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. People they do it all the time. They do it in Martinsville. They do it in Richmond. I mean, maybe not a 2.2 mile or whatever, Michigan. But I just know that sucked. I was disappointed watching that because I was I was so bummed because I wanted to watch the race so goddamn bad because I love super speedways and whatever.
What'd they do? Race it today?
Yeah, and I forgot about it, and I was doing other stuff, and I freaking totally forgot that they were doing it this afternoon. So it sucked. Yeah, I sat there watching them, the beginning of it and everything. So Airy Sweet said, "I bet if NASCAR raced in the rain, a lot more people would watch." I sure as hell would. Brap says NASCAR does race in the rain on the road courses and short tracks. I know, I guess. Well, I was just irritated because I really wanted to watch the race because I watched the IndyCar race in Nashville the day before on Sunday. That was awesome. I'm starting to I've become an open wheel guy officially. I've now figured out that that's something about the open wheel racing I like more than like closed wheel NASCARs. Never thought I'd say that, but it's just something about those cars I like more. And I don't know, this Kirkwood dude, he won the race in Nashville. And these road courses are so cool. This one was in Nashville this week. And it's so cool. Like, I've walked on the street that they were driving on. It was so cool.
It is wild about some of them courses.
Yeah.
You can see that.
And next year,
I just got offered. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got what?
I was going to say, I just got offered tickets today to go to the Glen for next weekend. And I turned them down.
Why? What race is it?
The Watkins Glen race, the NASCAR race.
Oh, why did you turn it down?
Traffic getting into that small little town is such a bitch, and getting out is such a bitch. It's like a 5-hour wait to get in, 5-hour wait to get out, and it's about 2 hours from here.
Ooh, that's fucking garbage. That's awful. That's like the concert venue here, Blossom, that I'll just...
There's 2 ways
Never.
in and 2 ways out. That is it. Like, there is no other way. It's the small town in the middle of nowhere.
That's how this concert venue is. You got to plan on 3 hours getting in and 3 hours getting out. It's the fucking worst.
Pass.
It sucks. It's made it to the point where I have no interest in going. Hey, I have no interest in going to this place anymore. The only person I go see there is Luke Bryan, just because I have great times going to see Luke Bryan. But that would be it. That'd be the only person.
A similar place out here at Darien Lake is like that. Six Flags Darien Lake, where they have the amphitheater and everything like that, and giant grass set up so everybody sit on the hill.
I've been to that.
You guys might have went to. I think you guys.
Hey,
did you guys do a little tour? Didn't you stop at a couple places? One in Buffalo, one in Syracuse. One of your trips.
So I feel like I've been to that place for some reason, or maybe I was gonna go to that, or I don't remember, because I know we did one in Canandaigua and one in Syracuse.
Yeah, CMAC. Yep.
But yeah,
regardless, the one in Buffalo is that bad for traffic getting in and out of it because there's only one real road to get to 90, and the only way to really skirt that is if you take a limo or a private car there. You get front row parking and you get easy access in and the only access out of one way.
Yeah, I think they have. Well, no, because even getting stuck, there's no like special exit for people there, like no VIP exit lanes or anything like that. So even if you get dropped off, you're stuck.
There's 2 ways back to the throughway, and for one of the ways they block it off completely except for VIP and limo parking.
That's well, they do the same thing. It's just, but it's the exit. They don't do that. They end up letting everybody out the same way because you can't. Otherwise, it would be an 8-hour affair because there's only the one way out. It really, 2 of them out. It's just awful. It's a huge place. There's a lot of people, and but it sucks. It's just the worst. And then when you do end up parking, you got to walk 2 miles just to get to the concert. Like they need shuttles because there's fat fucks like me I'm just a fat pig. I can't be walking that far. But yeah, so I'm done with Blossom. But no, I feel bad that you didn't get to go to that race just because of that. That sucks that these venues are so poorly designed that you choose not to go to them. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, nah, I don't want to go to the whole event just because the whole thing is just so poorly designed as far as the logistics of it all.
Like it's done on a campground too, so most people that go there are spending Thursday through Sunday there, and leaving on Monday or something like that. And like I've got friends and stuff that go up there and camp every year, and it looks like they have an absolute blast. Like if they had invited me up, like one of the people that are camping, like, hey, come up on Saturday, leave on Sunday, like way late, like. Yeah, I would do that. I go hang out at the campground till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, then just drive home when all the traffic's died down.
Yeah, so that makes more sense. That would have been ideal. But what somebody said, we just got a ticket for you to drive in that day and come hang out and then leave with us.
Yeah, it was, and I
Ooh.
just didn't want to. I don't know. I'm not familiar with anybody that's camping there, or like I haven't had any plans, and I just think it'd be weird if I was just like, hey, let me crash with you. Like my days of asking people to sleep on their couch are long gone.
Yes, let's hope so. Let's hope so. The chat and all the emails I've gotten, Mikey, would suggest those days are not long gone for you. But seemingly there's not the pattern has ended. Like I said, if there was a pattern, I would be worried, guys. But looks like Mikey's back to his old self
Listen,
today. So
listen, y'all. If I was ripping and running, I don't stop running. I've proved it before. When I stop running is when I end up in rehab. So it's 5 years clean for hard drugs, and the rest of the stuff just about a year now.
well, there you go. That's from the horse's mouth. That's why I said, I got a lot. Oh, you got to get rid of Mikey. I'm going to stop watching if you don't have Mikey. If you have Mikey on anymore, I'm like, guys, let's see how he comes back on Monday, and we'll go from there.
20 minute part, half an hour, half a show, where I'm falling asleep.
It's a little longer than that.
One show.
Then it was
show.
I think the next day when you forgot the whole segment we talked about, that was the one they had. That was what the one I started getting real concerned. I was like, wait a minute, you don't even remember talking about that? And you're like, nope. So
no, I haven't even gone back and watched that episode.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, if you might want to just because you might get an idea as to why people might think that.
I know what it looks like.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say you'll watch it.
I'm not gonna trigger myself with myself nodding out in a video. No thanks.
Yeah. Well, that was part of. Well, that's the word you use. Is I was getting emails from people suggesting that this was very triggering to people what they're watching, considering things they'd seen on other shows in the past, and et cetera, and just things they've had going on in their own lives with their family members, and so it was a lot of people in the league, I think, it just seems like I think a lot of people in our country have just had to deal with family members who have dealt with opioids and things like that. So it just kind of hits home with everyone. It can be kind of triggering if they see what they might perceive to be somebody nodding off from it. But looks like you're back to normal. Those eyes are nice and wide and they're not as even as red and chung as usual. As they're usually all kind of so.
Woke up fresh from a nap.
I say chung. I meant chong. Like Cheech. I say chung. Who the fuck is chung?
That's Cheech and Chung had a kid. That's what they named his son, Chung.
There you go. Wouldn't it be ching? Anyway, who cares?
I don't know what you're allowed to say anymore.
I don't get us canceled, Mikey. You're already getting me yelled at about it. So, anyway, no, I'm glad you're back to normal and feeling better. I do have a superfan donation there. I have to note it or mention. That's from Pat Woo. He said, "Fantasy football update. Have we decided on Yahoo or ESPN?" I don't think we've officially decided. I haven't made the official decision. I think if I had to guess, I may end up going with Yahoo just because I already have an account set up with them. So it might just be easier on my end then to start a league.
I just joined a Yahoo league today for another $300. So let's go.
Okay, so what do you like the layout of it? Does it look all right? You think you can handle it?
So far, it looks all right. I was able to upload my little special team logo and everything that I got.
So you're okay, cool. All right, so maybe
it seems all right. Yeah, I don't know how their draft goes or anything like that, but I got a phone or a text this morning from one of my buddies that said somebody just dropped out of our league. You want to join?
It was pretty easy. Actually, the draft's pretty simple, and they have the live draft thing that they do, and it actually works pretty well. It's pretty simple, to be honest with you. I liked it.
I just can't do the draft on August 28th or September 3rd, which we wouldn't do September 3rd anyways because that's a Sunday.
Yeah, well, let me. I actually haven't made that decision yet. I actually have. We got to fill up the league. We got a few more slots open, to be honest with you, man. So. If we get to the point where you got to get a buddy that wants to join in, or Pat, if you got a buddy or somebody, I think I'd love to get somebody who's really not a huge football fan. That's one of the things I love about fantasy football is that it gets people who aren't huge football fans into football. You know what I mean? It gives you an opportunity to kind of get invested in a football game when you otherwise wouldn't. Like, it kind of goes back to that question Curious George asked the other day when he was like, hey, like, when you're with your girl or whatever, when you guys are watching TV, how do you guys divvy up the time as far as who watches what? And I thought, fantasy football is a great thing to do as a couple because it will give your girl kind of a reason to be into watching the football game with you if they're in a fantasy football league with you. I always thought that would be a great idea. I was always trying to get B1 to do it, but we never really got around to doing it because God knows what's up with us from 1 minute to the next. But that's one of the things. I think it'd be great to get some people in there who aren't huge football fans, just so they could kind of learn about football, and we could kind of help bring them into football. Brap says, F no, I hate football. Well, I don't want people who actually hate football. I want people more who are considering wanting to watch football and haven't really had a reason to watch football is more what I'm talking about. So if you hate it, obviously this fantasy football isn't going to change your opinion of it.
And by the way, I've never once had a couple in a league that have worked out well. Usually it ends up being a vacant team by halfway through the year because either one of them quits, they break up, and then we have to kick somebody out the league. No.
Oh, see, I thought that would be a fun thing for people to do. I thought it would be maybe married couples then, because you can't get rid of each other as easily. You got to fight a little bit harder. So,
yeah, that's got to be the rule. You can only be married. No rules.
So, like I said, we do have a few openings left for the Another Dumb Fantasy Football League. Just email me anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. That's anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Email me, and like I said, we got about, I think, 3 or 4 slots left. So if you want to get in, shoot me an email.
Do you think
into the league?
You think the buy-in price is too high? Do you think maybe we need to drop it down to a 50-piece?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I just feel like there's not as many football fans that watch Another Dumb Show as we think, to be honest with you. Maybe it is the amount of money, because I did have one person mention that it is a little steep. Brap just said he's a little tight right now. So I don't know. If that's something you'd consider, if the $100 is too steep and you'd rather go with a 50-piece, then just shoot me an email and we'll consider maybe that we drop it down and we do something to get more people in. It's up to you.
I'm trying to drop it down. I'm all for going higher. I'm good for another $500 league. So let's go.
Yeah, I
got money set aside for fantasy this year.
I think it would be fun either way to do it, and it gives you something to do on Sundays if you aren't in, because football's on all damn day. So you're stuck watching it half the time. You might as well
Thursday through Monday, bro.
Yeah, you might as well
Thursday through Monday, something to be invested in.
Yeah, give yourself a reason to be invested in it. Oh, by the way, I didn't skip over. Did you see what that dipshit Noah Gragson did? The NASCAR driver that got himself suspended indefinitely from NASCAR.
No, what did he do?
He liked a meme that was it was a meme making fun of the George Floyd death. What
the hell was that? That one of your cats?
Rainy?
Sounded like a cat.
Kal-El? Oh man, I think I had a cat puking.
Yep, you do.
Oh man. Oh man.
I can hear that.
Oh man. Ah, poor kitty. That scared me the way he was meowing like that, though.
You had me looking around thinking my cats was doing it. That made me nervous.
I didn't like that noise he made. Oh, Cal, buddy, you okay? Berto, you all right? Berto. All right, he got it up. Jeez Louise. Holy cow, guys. I apologize. This house is a freaking zoo tonight. My God, I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed.
Cat's got a fur ball problem?
I don't know. Hey, Darla. Oh, my God. And Darla just licked it up.
Darla ate it.
Oh, my God.
Perfect. You got a human garbage disposal.
Oh, my God. That's so gross. Fuck. Okay. What a disgusting ass filthy.
Cleanup.
Oh, that's so nasty. Ah. Ugh.
Darla's doing some chores. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't want to clean up dog poop. I'd let my dog do it.
Darla, get out of there. Come on. Rainy, get out of there. Get. Anyway, so this dipshit Noah Gragson, he liked a meme. Here's the meme he liked. That was, let's see. Here it is. This is a Little Mermaid reference with George Floyd's face on it. And you can see down at the bottom there, Oh, actually, hold on. You can't see it because the bar is covering it. It says liked by Noah Gragson, and that is of the official NASCAR driver. So he got himself suspended. Don't laugh at that. That's not funny. That is not funny at all, Mikey. Come on. So he got himself suspended for that indefinitely, and you're going to get yourself suspended indefinitely, Mikey. I didn't think that was very funny at all, actually. I
My
think he's a
cat just
dipshit.
jumped off the tower and fell.
Ah, that's
So,
what you're laughing at. Okay, well, hey, you
Yeah.
laugh at you. Okay. Um. This weekend I forgot. We'll take a quick break here in a
Canceled
minute.
for liking a meme. Like, let's
Yeah.
be real about this. You can be canceled for liking a meme.
Yeah.
This is the world we live in. You
Yeah.
can't even like something that you think is funny.
Yeah. It's because the content of it, I think, is probably why they're saying it. They're equating it to, white supremacy. That's where police brutality. That's where all those.
What a stretch from a. Okay.
I don't know, Mikey. I think it's pretty. I mean, that's what else is it? That's essentially glorifying a murder. I mean, that's that in NASCAR. I wouldn't want my employees doing that. I don't know about the indefinite suspension, which is like he's gone.
It obviously doesn't break any community standards of any of the social media that it was on.
Well, true. I don't know what that's on. I can't tell what that's on. It looks like Instagram.
It's Instagram.
Is that Instagram? Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't break Zuck's rules. So if that's all right content to be out there.
Well, it might not.
I just don't see losing your job over that. I mean, I could see if he said something or posted something himself, or if he shared that. But just liking something and because their name pops up.
Here is his reply to it. He said, "I'm disappointed in myself for my lack of attention and actions on social media. I understand the severity of this situation. I love and appreciate everyone. I try to treat everyone equally, no matter who they are. I messed up, plain and simple." He seems to disagree with you now, Mikey, that he's gotten suspended. He thinks he did something wrong.
No shit, his paycheck stopped dead.
Yeah, that's for sure. He was having a rough year anyway. He was. I watched him crash into the exact same turn 4 times in Chicago in the race in Chicago. It was pretty funny, actually. He literally.
Well, let's see if it's a double standard, because everything should be about for second chances. I mean, Bubba Wallace got a second chance, didn't he?
What did Bubba Wallace do?
Who was it that dropped the N-word?
Kyle Larson.
There you go. He's back racing, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the darlings. I don't know darlings, but he's one of the most. He's up there. He's one of the most competitive racers usually. I don't know. I don't think he's going to make the playoff bubble this year because I think he got injured or something. He hurt his back or something, and he was out for a while or something. But I don't know exactly all the details of it. I told you I haven't been NASCARing as much this year. I've been doing much more footballing. Racing than I have. F1ing. Yeah. I meant F1.
I just saw an F1 meme the other day. It was like, "How's F1 doing in America?" And it showed tickets being sold at a Costco.
How much?
They were like $349 for an all-day pass.
They're expensive.
It was like $350 at Costco.
It was for one day. It's $1,000 for the weekend. That was probably what race though? Because the Miami race was, almost like
I don't know,
$1,000 a day. Oh, I can't. I don't know. So I don't think that's because people don't know what they're missing out on. They're really missing out. It's awesome. It's the fastest growing sport in the world. So, all right, we're gonna take a break in a sec. Before we take a break, I have to tell you guys 2 things I watched this weekend. One, I watched a movie on Netflix, or no, not Netflix, on Amazon Prime. I actually rented it. And when I rented this movie, I only rented it based on the trailer. I didn't realize when I rented it that what I was renting was a sequel. The way they presented it in the trailer, they made it look like the story that was in the first movie was actually the movie we were going to be watching. So, tricked me. Not going to lie, they tricked me. But I watched The Wrath of Becky. Oh my God, what a great movie this was. I was completely expecting this just to be kind of, and it was, I mean, take it for what it's worth. It's not going to win any friggin' Oscars or anything like that. But for one of these kind of stupid action movies like revenge films, which I love, like who doesn't love a good action revenge kind of thriller movie? The Wrath of Becky, Mikey, I highly recommend it. I don't know when it's going to come out on, I don't know if you want to rent it or not, but it was really fun. It was a fun-ass movie. It's about this girl whose parents got killed by neo-Nazis. So she learns how to be a badass, basically. And in the first one, I have to go back and watch the first one now. She kills these neo-Nazis who kill her parents. But then now in the second one, some neo-Nazis try to fuck with her dog, a la John Wick style. And she just starts...
Oh.
She starts going ham on them. It's so great. And there's some really pretty decent, like, pretty tense scenes with, like, some of the antagonists in the movie, like, tension between the antagonists, like, well, what, you're not ready for what we got going down tomorrow, Jimbo? Yeah, I'm okay with it, boss. All that kind of stuff. And they're fighting. And there's another guy going, he's all right with it. Don't worry. He had too much to eat or some bullshit. Just all those crazy tense scenes, and I love those kind of tense scenes in movies. And they did a pretty good job in this movie, and it's got some pretty decent, like, kind of cheesy gore, without being too overblown, just enough to make it entertaining.
Okay.
So yeah, I highly recommend to people to go see to rent The Wrath of Becky. It actually was worth the $5 I spent on it. So I'm happy to.
I'm all for a movie like that.
It's great. It's really a good movie. And I imagine it'll be on Netflix or something at some point or one of those kind of things because, I don't know, I got it on Amazon Prime. But it was great. B1 watched it with me too, and she was good. There were some good laughs in it. So yeah, I definitely recommend to everybody to go see that movie or downstream it or whatever the hell it is. Let's see. Marty Miller says, I hate movies where there's some badass 125-pound woman kicking men's asses. Well, you'll really hate this movie, man, because it's part of it is almost making fun of guys who say stuff like that. So you're really going to hate this movie. But I'll be honest with you. When I watched the trailer, the very first thing I did was laugh at this girl. I went, oh my God, give me a break. But then as I watched the rest of the trailer, I went, you know what? I'm just going to kind of take this for what it's worth and realize, obviously, there's this little girl would never be able to do any of this, but that's kind of what makes it entertaining a little bit is the silliness of it.
Part of it being a movie.
Yes, exactly. In real life, there's no way this would happen. But that, like, just like with John Wick, there's no way he'd ever be able to do any of that stuff. Or like Extraction 2 in the prison scene where he gets that girl out of the fucking prison, which is one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen, by the way. That was
is a dope action sequence.
It was incredible. It was very, very good. And Chris Hemsworth is really good. Like, that's power. He gets knocked out and then comes back up. And man, that was really good. That was really good.
I can't wait to see him as Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, I know. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great.
I cannot wait.
People were so remember there was that riot on Friday with that Kasanat or whatever his name is, who ended up getting arrested. By the way, he's facing felony charges now for inciting a riot, for really just doing a little giveaway that got out of hand, and now he's facing felony charges. 5 years in jail. This guy's facing for this. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, but who knows how that'll pan out for him. But I don't even know where I was going with that. Why I brought that up. Who cares? Anyway, I don't even remember why I brought that up. But anyway, Wrath of Becky. Make sure you guys go see the Wrath of Becky. What I will say don't see is the last episode of my newest favorite show, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I will never understand why these television shows all have to do one episode where they are doing a musical. I have had it with this fucking shit. With these fucking shows where they start doing the show as a musical for one episode. What in the world? If I wanted to watch a goddamn musical, I'd watch a goddamn musical. I have no interest in watching a fucking musical. Well, it's not true. There's been musicals I've watched in the past, but I'm watching Star Trek because I want to watch aliens shoot phasers at each other, and I want to see Klingons and Vulcans wrestling and fighting, and I want to see. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see these dipshits singing with some dumb bullshit excuse that we've ran into some subspace fold anomaly that we shot a harmonic impulse into, and it came back as now we're all stuck in a musical and we all sing instead of speak.
Oh.
It was the dumbest plot. I was losing
I'd
my
turned it off.
fucking. I fast forwarded through it.
I'd have turned it off.
I was so, I'm like, all right, because they would do, so it's an hour-long show. They would do a 10-minute musical thing, then 1 minute of actual like dialogue, 10 minutes of musical, 1 minute, like, so I had to keep fast forwarding just to get to the dialogue. And the most annoying thing about it was they were actually including plot stuff in this, like season-long plot stuff in this, not like just like one episode off.
It's not like just like a one-off dream sequence one
Nope.
that you just like, okay, this is the shitty episode. This actually you had to pay attention.
You had to pay attention to it. So I was really, really, really pissed off about that more than anything, because I would have just straight up skipped it. That's why I did the quick fast forward, just to see if they'd pull some bullshit, and they pulled some bullshit, and they can go fuck themselves, because now we have one episode left, I think, this Thursday, and they absolutely wasted our time, my time with that crap. I was so pissed off.
I'm trying to think of all of my favorite shows that I've ever watched and how many of them have had a musical episode at some point during the 7 or 8 seasons. And I can't think of one show that's in my favorite.
I watch crappy shows, though. You have to remember. So I watch shows where you know, like that Riverdale, it was called, the one that was based on the Archie comic. I watched that. Wasn't terrible. It was actually pretty decent at times, soap opera-ish and that kind of shit. But I give those shows a chance, because when B1 and I were together, I know she likes to watch that stuff, so I would give them a chance, and I just roll with it and let myself kind of fall into it. Then they started doing this shit with fucking musicals. I'm trying to remember another show that I started watching where they did it too. They just started busting into musical, and I'm just like, what is going on with these people, and why are they doing this? And I don't know who they think they're appealing to, especially in a sci-fi show. Like, it just made no sense. It made, the phone just rang and then it hung right up. Call right back, dude. The phones are working. It just disconnected for some reason. So yeah, try calling back, whoever that was. Try calling right back. I know why. Oh, Mikey, go ahead. Do your thing. I know why. Gunner, yes, the phone should be working. It rang for a second and then shut right off. Right when you called, my man. So if you want to try calling back, and if it doesn't work, let me know in the chat, and I can try to get them rebooted, because I do not know what's going on with them right now. Yeah, they're ringing right now. So if you want to try calling back, Gunner, give us a call back, dude. Let's see. I know why I brought up Kai Cenat from the other day. I have a quick video from that whole thing. Where is it at? So during that whole melee, there was a riot, and I had commented on, boy, it's so nice how the cops were able to keep their cool during that riot. Well, it turns out one of them didn't keep their cool. So viewer discretion advised, as you'll see this, what some people are now describing as police brutality that happened during the Kai Cenat riot last Friday in Union Square in downtown city. So keep your eye on the kid in the red right there. You'll see him, cop grabs him, and did you see that, Mikey? Did it go too fast?
Did. I'm trying to see if it was his shoulder or his head that did it.
Oh, it was his head. It was just 100% his face, because you'll see, if you can see the picture when he gets up. I'll show you a picture of it in a minute, but yeah, here it is. Look, I think that's exactly right where we need to be. Exactly right where we need to be. Believe. All right, let's zoom it in here a little bit more. Grabs him, and that guy's right in the way.
Get out of here with your stupid.
God, I know, muscle shirt. face and shoulder.
Shoulder,
I'd say
same time.
A
Okay.
little bit of both. Yeah, I think we're splitting hairs at this point. But yeah, this guy, the sound of it, wait till you hear it, Mike. I kind of talked over it before, but here, listen to this. Can you imagine standing there and seeing that?
That other dude walked away real quick, like he didn't see shit. Look at the other cop in the white long sleeve. He's like, I'm out of here. There's somebody over here.
I didn't see anything. Whoops. Okay. He does. He's.
I'm out this bitch. Yep. He pushed a little bit. Watch. He helps him. He pushes him a little bit, and then he's like, nope.
He assists. He assists for 1 second. Said, I had nothing to do with this. Okay, you're under control over there. Okay. That was a good call. Good eye. Oh, that was really funny. So yeah, now people are claiming there's police brutality there in New York City. So, and Ka, the YouTube influencer who organized all that, is now facing felony charges for it. So, all right, guys. Gunner said he's been trying to call in for days. I don't know. They were working. It shows actually that your call came through, dude, actually. So I don't know what's going on with it. But we are going to take a quick break. So let's take a quick break. When we come back from break, I got some other stuff to talk about. There's some crazy weekend of just brawling all weekend. I imagine you guys probably seen some of the videos, but I haven't had a chance to really dive into them much because I just kind of figured I'd want to talk about them today, and I'd like to get your guys' reaction to them too. So if you guys haven't had a chance to hit a like button today, do me a favor, Hulk smash that fucking like button like you're a big green monster and just mash that fucker for, brother. So do that for, brother. Oh, and by the way, if you guys go back and you watch any of those clips that I posted, any of those highlight clips, because some people have told me that they don't even realize that you can go do that. They're like, Dom, I only have found the live show. Where do you post the highlight clips, like on direct messages and stuff? And I'm like, well, just go to the YouTube channel and you hit videos and you'll be able to see the highlight clip. So if you do end up going to check those out, do me a favor and make sure you hit thumbs up on those too. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, if you're wondering why you can't talk in the chat, that's why you have to be subscribed. Once you're subscribed to the channel for about, I think, 10 minutes, that's when you're able to join in the chat and you'll become a member of the League of Dummies. But if you want to become an official member of the League of Dummies, you have to hit the join button. It's $1.99 a month, and that is the best way to help support another dumb show. I tell you what, I was going to take a break, but because the phones are working and Gunner's calling, I am going to grab this call. So before we go to break, let's talk to Gunner. You're on another dumb show. What's up, dude?
Dude, Dom, what's up?
What's up, bro? How are you, bro?
Dude, great, man. I just had a question. You brought up Hulk Hogan, Chris Hemsworth playing Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Mikey said that he was looking forward to it, and I agreed with him. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, me too. Mikey, good call, man. I'm excited about the Hulkster, man. My question was, who would you take, Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold?
Ooh, now, I'm going to be honest with you. That's about the end of my wrestling knowledge. Probably ends right about there. Because when I was a little kid, I was really into WWE. I loved it. Then in my early 20s, in my partying years, my buddy's dad had a loge at the arena. And when WWE would come, we would get the loge because nobody in the company wanted the loge. So, because it was like a bunch of professionals and they didn't want to go see WWE. So we'd be able to take the loge over. And so we'd paint our faces and everything and we'd get all hyped up for WWE. And that was in the Stone Cold years and everything. So I was into that then. And I had a buddy who kind of looked like Stone Cold and acted like Stone Cold and did like, he was always doing the beer thing and all that stuff. And he had this crazy, he didn't have a Southern accent, but he had a Boston accent. So it was kind of like this weird kind of Worcester, Mass version of Stone Cold, which was pretty cool actually. But he was a maniac. So having said that, to answer your question, I think now it's so hard to answer these questions because these matches are also rigged. I hate answering these questions in like real life. Mikey,
Oh my God.
What?
Come on. The answer is Hulk all day, my guy.
Oh, really?
Why was there even a question?
Because I think I have a
How
small.
are you gonna,
Mikey, what's my favorite movie? Who's my all-time favorite character other than Superman? Movie characters.
I don't know. Who is it? I just know you as Superman.
Rocky. Rocky gets his ass kicked by Hulk Hogan at one point. Thunderlips.
Yeah.
Kicks Rocky's ass.
So.
I don't like that. I don't like that. He lost his temper.
1,140 pound fucking Rocky.
I don't like that shit.
6'4", 260 pound Thunderlips.
That's right.
The way it goes in the real life.
Well, it's supposed to be an exhibition, goddammit. So I think I'm going to go with Stone Cold on this one, just to get back, just for Rocky. I want Stone Cold to get his. I wanted Stone Cold to smash some beers on Hulk Hogan's fat ass, just to get some revenge from a main man, Rocky. But that is only because I do love Hulk Hogan, though. I can't lie. Who doesn't love the Hulkster?
I loved the Attitude Era. I mean, the Attitude Era, DX and Stone Cold and The Rock and all those.
Yeah.
What they did with the WWE at that point was absolutely awesome to watch every weekend and week out.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I wouldn't lie. I still follow it a little bit. I watch some of the major pay-per-views and stuff like that.
Oh, really? I have not watched it in 10 years. I haven't watched it in forever. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed that my kids didn't get into it. If my kids would have gotten into wrestling, then I would have gotten into it with them because
it's such a soft product these days, and the weekly shows aren't good at all.
I can't watch it.
Without John Cena, that's your guy?
Well, now without the Hulkster, man, I like John Cena because he's kind of like the Hulkster, you know.
The All-American,
yeah.
The All-American eat your vitamins kind of guy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The white,
John Cena, dude.
Well, I have to say my all-time favorite though is it's a toss-up between Andre the Giant and The Rock. If I had to pick,
I like Hogan the best of all time, I think.
Well, Andre the Giant, just his size and the showmanship of him alone he's just such an imposing, gigantic. He's a giant. I mean, he's a giant. He's a living giant. I mean, the stories about him, everything about Andre the Giant is so awesome to me. So I think he's probably my favorite. But as far as wrestling, because he even was slow and but he still made it look good, even though he was this big, slow, and everything. I still loved it.
Fun to watch.
And then The Rock, though, was the best. The Rock was absolutely the best with his showmanship, those talk-ups. I mean, he's still doing it. Like I saw one the other day where he played a song to somebody and made fun of him, like in a song. Like some chick came out or something and he sang a song.
Yeah,
and made
Vicky
fun of her.
Guerrero.
Is that what it was? I don't know that story. I just saw a meme of it and it made me laugh out loud. I was like, God, The Rock is so great. He's just such an awesome character.
I was a Razor Ramon fan when I was a kid. The world's best bad guy.
Razor, he's so greasy.
Hey yo, Chico.
That's you probably actually just grow your hair out. Yeah, it's probably you grow your hair out, Mikey. Yeah, you just put a little extra grease in it, and you can do it for sure. You just got to lube it up. Oh, that's funny. Nugget Man says John Cena almost there it is. Nice. Oh, that's great. Just lick it up and get it all greasy. Nugget Man said John Cena almost ran over my wife and son's stroller while he was pulling into a parking lot. He did wave though.
For real?
Well, I'm glad he didn't hit him. That's good. Well, at least he didn't just flick you off and blame it on you. Gunner, I appreciate the WWE question, man. I cannot lie to you though. I'm not up on the current WWE days, but I appreciate the call, dude.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, later, homie. All right, so like I said, we are going to take a quick break, but like I said, when those phones ring, I'm going to fucking answer them, guys. That's why I pay for them. So those of you who are enjoying happy hour, we're getting started a little bit way late today. So when we come back, we'll play some of the videos over some of the stuff that happened over the weekend, and then we'll enjoy some delis. Second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. So grab some delis, get some lavender, get those kids. If you haven't already put them in the other room, get them put to bed, get them out of here. That way we can come back, we can enjoy the second, what's left of the show without the kids around and just kind of enjoying ourselves. So sit back, relax. We'll be right back on Another Dumb Show. Hang on. Get your ducky, baby. You can play with all those other toys. Oh, that's a sad puppy. Oh. What you guys did to my dog? Your incessant whining about chirping. Whining about chirping ass. Squeaky toys. I want to hear any bitching. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome back to another Dumb Show. Thank you for joining us this evening. I hope you guys had a great day today. I forgot to mention that to you, everybody. In all my chaos at the beginning of the show, I hope everybody's day was good. Mine was good. Actually, I had a good day. Slept in. Good day, man. All right. Mikey, you still with me, dude? Oh, shit, I muted him. What's up, dude? You were hacking up along during the break. I had to mute you.
Yeah, I caught that in the chat. I gave him a whoops, my bad.
It's okay. It'll go. We'll live. Don't worry.
I was just following the directions to enjoy some lavender.
Yeah, I did recommend everybody do that. I hope you guys got some lavender because, of course, second hour is always happy hour here at another Dumb Show. So hope you guys are joining in. This ain't coffee. Got the delis going. They ding me if I drink beers, so I don't drink beers anymore on the camera. But you have to take my word for it.
I don't.
See?
I
Dude, I try to cover all my bases at this point. I mean, I don't know what it is anymore, but it seems like they're all getting dings lately. So, I mean, we have been playing a lot of fight videos and stuff lately. So that could be part of it. But that's pretty much what the whole second half of the show is going to be, so I don't give a fuck. So I'll just limit all the rest of the stuff at least, and hopefully it'll work out. So keep those superfan donations coming in, guys, because half these shows haven't been monetized over the past 2 weeks. So I appreciate all the superfan donations and the memberships, because that's definitely what keeps us up and rolling here, because the ads sure as hell ain't doing it. Speaking of a video that we played last week, there is an update to the video do you remember the video you sent me of the store owners, Mikey?
Yeah.
We watched on Friday. There's an update to that story, and we'll just go ahead and watch that story. So where is that at? Store.
Can I get a drink though?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Where did that go? Shoot, where'd I save that? Did I not save that? Oh, you know what? I might not have saved that, the second half of that. Oh, man. I don't think I did. Oh, no. Let's see, that was Friday night, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, I did. All right, so it'll just be... Oh, shit. Hold on. It'll just be a little wonky. It'll just look a little weird. I don't have time to get it all fixed. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, I can do that real quick. Mikey, check in with the chat for 2 seconds for me, my dude. See what everybody's saying in there.
I can do that.
I appreciate that. See what they're saying. Respond to what they're saying. While I fix this real quick, while I get this video ready, it'll take me 2 seconds. Mikey, if I beat you, I'm going to be shocked. I'm going to beat you. Never mind. You don't need to read the chat.
You're going to beat me?
I beat you.
Yeah,
right,
I knew you were going to beat me. I'm sitting
fast.
here. I'm just sitting here.
I'm fast.
I'm just sitting here reading it in my head, like,
yeah, read it out loud next time. We gotta work on that, Mikey. We gotta work on that. All right. So, all right. Like I mentioned, this is the video we watched on Friday. There's an update to it, so we'll just play the video, and then you guys will play the update for you guys here right after that. So here is this is the 7-Eleven in California, where a guy came in, and this is the second time in 3 days that he'd come in to rob this store.
God damn. Ain't nothing you can do, though. There's nothing you can do, man. Until you call police. No. Ain't nothing you can do, man, until police come in. Hey, don't. Hey, ain't nothing you can do, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Whack. Okay.
It's okay, Brendan.
that one. Ooh, I'm surprised that thing didn't break, man. Ooh, ooh.
That's called whooping your ass.
He said that's called whooping your ass.
If you don't call police, let him go. You
So
want to let him go?
that was the first half. Here's the second half of the video. Now this is the one where it just gets, it's hilarious. So if you just got listen, if you didn't watch this on Friday, you got to listen to this. This is great.
He doesn't have a gun. He doesn't have a gun. He's lying. He's lying. He doesn't have a gun. You don't have a gun. You have a gun? Do you have a gun? No. He's lying. Let's let him go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's get him. Let's get him. Okay. Come on. Okay. No, it's okay. Okay. No more. You know no more. No more come here, right? No more come and do that, right? Brother, please. I'm your brother. Right? No more do this, okay? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No, let him go.
No, please.
Please, no, brother. He had a problem with you? He owe you a lot of money?
How many you know?
He owe you a lot of money? Do he owe you a lot of money? He owe you a lot of money? Let him go. Please let him go. Come on.
I can't walk.
No, you can. Let's go. You better walk tonight. You better walk tonight. You better walk tonight. Let's go. Let's go. Don't come back here no more. Okay? Don't do that, okay? They shoot you.
Bro, can I get a soda?
Please. Man, what kind of shit you telling me and you do this shit? You gonna say, no. Okay? Get the fuck out, man. Hold on.
Oh man, that's so good.
Hey. Just be cool, man.
Oh man, that's so funny. You gonna walk tonight? You gonna walk tonight? So no, that was, somebody asked if that was in Ohio. No, that was in California, at a 7-Eleven in California. In Ohio, I don't think what is now happening in California would be happening because these people, the 7-Eleven workers who were praised for restraining a would-be thief and battering him with a stick, are now under investigation for assault, the police are saying. Yeah, Mikey. So they're, for fighting back in their own store, protecting their own property, they are now being faced. The police say it'll
be kidnapping too. I'm sure they held him against his will.
Well, here's what the police say. It's been brought to our attention that a video of two 7-Eleven employees assaulting a robbery subject has been circulating. Not allegedly assaulting a robbery subject has been circulating. We are aware of the incident and the investigation is ongoing, a statement on Saturday said. So the police now are looking into that, and the store owner, but now homeboy, the guy that narrated the video, he's coming out and saying, his name's Lewis Benton. He says, those two workers who protected their store, they did it. Here he is, actually. Here's William. The way it went down from the beginning, I guess on July 28th, 3:41 a.m., a man entered the 7-Eleven, went behind the counter, threatened to shoot the victim if he intervened. The suspect then took several packs of cigarettes and other items and placed them in a large garbage bag before fleeing. The following day, 12:27 a.m., the same man returned and demanded money while simulating having a handgun. The employee did not comply. Therefore, the suspect grabbed several food items and placed them in a garbage bag before fleeing. Then returned several hours later with the trash can and tried to fill it with cigarettes before the staff were filmed beating him up. Wow. So there they go. Those guys are now facing possible assault charges for beating that guy up. Now, the guy, is it not, if you threaten to shoot somebody or threaten to beat somebody up, isn't that illegal? Aren't you not allowed to do that?
That's what I'd imagine. I'm guessing that's what the investigation is going to prove, that this dude was threatening and brandishing a fake gun and they thought their lives were on the line.
Well, that's what I mean, if you say that you have a gun or you threaten to shoot someone, I think that you are breaking the law. So
I wouldn't have stopped till he was dead if somebody threatened my life.
Yeah, honestly, until he was completely incapacitated. So yeah, that's that. So those dudes, we'll see what happens with them. Did you guys see, I'm assuming you guys saw what happened over the weekend with the Guardians. Mikey, did you see what happened with that game? Wasn't that awesome?
Knockout of the weekend.
Oh,
It was better
so
than all the
good.
UFC fight and the boxing fight.
It was so good. It was so entertaining. It was such a nice thing to come home to after my event, and then the next day just kind of get into all that, dive into all that, and find that just sitting there for me. That was such a great feeling.
That player has some hands on him.
That was a bomb he threw, no look bomb. In fact, I got the video of it actually right here. And it's funny because the call is what like the call the guy made on it has gone more viral really than the clip just as much. It's kind of crazy. The Tom Hamilton, the announcer for the Guardians. And I'm wondering if that's just because everybody doesn't remember what it's from. But so here is the fight from the Indians. God, I still call them the Indians. The Guardians game over the weekend. I'm not a baseball expert, but I don't know what this guy, the shortstop, does wrong here. Why does Ramirez get so pissed off at him? I don't understand.
Stand over me like that and squat over me like you're trying to teabag me.
That right
Get
there?
up. Yep, get up.
Is it because he's hovering the bag like that? That's why he's mad.
No, not even that. It's afterwards.
Right there.
He's already stopped. He still hasn't moved. He's still touching his ass with that. No. Yeah, he hung out too long.
So that's why. So he reached back, get that thing off of me. Is like that's why he was annoyed because he's get the glove off my ass.
Yeah, I'm guessing the guy's standing over top of him.
Okay, all right. So is that
It's
just
like
baseball
it's like
etiquette?
that Kobe Bryant. I'm guessing it's like that Kobe Bryant clip where you step over somebody. You know what I'm saying? When he stepped over Allen Iverson, whoever it was, or Ty Lue.
I don't remember what you're talking about, but I understand what you're talking
It's
about
a
with
famous
stepping.
basketball clip. It's like in football, you see it all the time. After a big hit, you know, a lineman or linebacker stays hovering over the running back and he's trying to get up.
Yeah, my move was I would actually use the other person to get up. Like we would both start getting up at the
push
same
off of
time.
them.
Yeah, I would shove them back down. Yeah, I got ejected from a game for doing that. Does he not poke him in the face? Does that not what starts the whole thing? You can't tell. Does he hit him in the face when he does that poke?
The guy's face doesn't move, so I'd assume not. I mean, if you were touched in the face, I'd imagine your face would have some type of reaction.
Well, he comes right at him. He really did square up like he's a straight up boxer, right? Like he's Jake Paul over here.
He threw a really, really goofy looking jab. Other dude was ready.
Look how open he left himself on that punch. Just look at left uppercut. Go to sleep. But that's the call right there. The down goes Anderson. Well, that's like people are.
I'm hearing it.
Yeah, people are praising him for it. Like it's, and it is a good call. It's very entertaining. But I mean, it's straight up a throwback to the down goes Frazier from back in the day. And like, I think people don't realize that or something because it just feels like people are praising him, but not like, I don't know. And I think that's why he's trying to downplay it a little bit, but because to me, it's just kind of like, oh, well, I was hoping it wasn't original. Tom Hamilton's usually known for his kind of originality, and he didn't. I mean, I guess he's not used to calling a boxing match; he's calling baseball games. But what were you gonna say, Mikey?
I was gonna say what? Shit, I just completely lost.
So yeah, and there's other shots too, where I didn't feel like I'll spend it all day because I know.
The other angles, the other angles are great at watching his lights go out.
I know. I didn't feel like spending all day looking for it because it's everybody's gonna have seen it by now. To be honest with you, so I just wanted to kind of go through it a little bit because I thought it was great. No Fear says he's pointing at his. Go ahead. What?
What the manager said afterward when the reporter was like, did you see that left hook? And the manager corrected him and goes, it was a right hook.
I didn't hear him say that. That's great. That's funny. Was that so Tito said that?
Yes, that's it. Whoever the manager was, because they got suspended too, right? Didn't the managers both get suspended?
I think so. I think he just gotten suspended the game before too, or something like that, or a couple games before that.
I think that Tim Anderson dude was suspended 6 games, and the dude for the Guardians that knocked him out was only suspended 3.
That's correct. That is correct. And this Tim Anderson dude is losing his mind. He started posting
CTE from getting knocked out.
Well, he started posting all these weird cryptic tweets. Did you see this?
Oh God.
He posted And it was, I think, last night he started posting all this weird stuff on Twitter. It said, the picture bigger. Hope you picking up what I'm putting down, too. Y'all got me effed up, for real, for real. And who the F gave losers opinions? A lot of MFers been switching up, too. Fake shit. So he completely is going nuts just saying all this weird stuff on there. I don't know what the bigger picture is. We're not picking up what you're putting down, dude. We don't get it at all. Nobody does. Everybody thinks
he's got a concussion. We don't speak that language.
That's why everybody thinks he's going crazy a little bit, because nobody knows what the hell he's talking about. So, yeah, it was a pretty entertaining whole thing going on there. I really enjoyed it. Did you watch? Did you see the other big brawl that happened over the weekend? Did you see the Riverboat Brawl? You didn't see the Riverboat Brawl?
No, okay, so I haven't seen the Riverboat Brawl, but I have seen whoever the kid is that gets beat up by the old man. I've seen a video that he posted after the brawl.
Oh, really? I haven't seen any of that.
Stating, I did not know that 65-year-old man could throw hands, and he beat the shit out of me. And he's got a giant swollen eyes. He's got
I wish you'd have sent me that. Oh shit! I wish you would have sent me that.
Literally, it was 3 minutes before this started. Actually, I can probably send it to you right now, so you can show this first.
All right, so here's how this whole thing started. In case you guys aren't familiar, this is a Riverboat, and I think in Alabama. Is that where it is, Mikey? Do you remember? Is it in Alabama?
That I'm not sure.
Okay. Sorry. Anyway, so there's this riverboat, and you're seeing a view of where it starts. It's a view from the river. There's a boat on the river. It's like a party boat on a river. They're facing a dock. There's this guy in a white shirt, this black dude in a white shirt, black pants, and he is on the dock currently checking out another boat. And the person that's actually holding the camera is actually narrating a little bit about what happens, so they can actually explain to you what's going on.
That guy in the white shirt is crew from our little dinner cruise boat who got off our ship to go over there to move that black pontoon boat on his own, because those guys who parked there were told not to leave it there, and they left it there. So he's just pushing it off. That's funny. Took matters into his own hands. I love
it. So basically he's untying somebody else's boat that's already tied up. Because he had already given them a warning. Look, we got to bring this party boat back. You can't park here. Don't be here when we get back. And they're still there. And so he says, I'm just taking it upon myself. I'm just going to go unhook these motherfuckers' boats. Which, if you do that, does their boat not just float away?
Yeah, just let it float away at that point.
Pretty sure think that's pretty much what he's doing. Yeah, I'm not a boating guy. I don't know enough about boating etiquette. But it looks like that's what he ends up doing. And you'll see what that leads to here in just a sec.
I hope the police give him a big old
ticket. So now here's a guy comes up. Guy comes up out of nowhere. Apparently it's obviously his boat, or he's attached to this boat in some sort of way, and the confrontation begins. I told you, bro. I told you, bro. Then the hero comes up. Oh boy. Heck, I turned backward like fucking Lincoln Hawk. He's ready to rumble. Now, Mikey, you notice anything as this camera's panning around this boat? Did you kind of notice something? Kind of I'm just saying, everybody on this boat's black, in case you hadn't noticed. I think there's like one white person on it from what I've seen, but just about everybody on this boat is black. The majority of the What's that?
I was gonna say all the people wearing the shirts that say crew, definitely are.
The majority of the people on it are, yes.
I saw a bunch of people up on the top that. All right, yep. But I got what you're saying.
Those guys are all drunk.
We all got to throw your ass in this water. Move, bitch! Get out
I didn't hear that part the first time. I fucking love that. All right. So I'm dying already. This is great. So you know he hears them over there too. So he knows he's got some juice. He's feeling himself right now. He knows he's like, all right, I got all these motherfuckers over here. As soon as I get this boat over here, I got everybody that's got my back. So I can say whatever I want and act however I want right now. And boy, does he do it. Well, I'll be honest with you, he doesn't do shit, but keep watching. Chirping at each other. So a lot more of that. And then it starts escalating right about that point.
My dog, I like shit, dog and he. My dog. I ain't gonna do nothing but drowning them.
More talk. And then out of nowhere.
Ooh. Just step back.
Oh, see now, that's just where it turned into some bitch-made shit. Bitch-made shit. Punk-ass bitches. Bunch of straight-up fucking punks. One dude.
That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in these days.
Fucking hate that shit. It makes me so mad. At least nobody pulled. At least nobody pulled a gun. Like the ultimate pussy moves in the world, right there. But
see, if I saw my buddy or my father or somebody like that getting into a scrap with somebody, and the dude that they were fighting's back was turned to me, I'm grabbing him and yoking him up.
Oh no! Why let two people fight? They're fighting. Fight. Just fight.
There's one rule. There's one rule in fighting, dumb. There's one rule in fighting. What is it?
Well, there are no rules, but at least one-on-one is how I look at it.
Don't lose. No,
yeah, well, it's just, I look at it like, oh, see, I disagree with you on this one, Mikey. I like the idea of letting kind of people fight things out themselves. Like, there's no
the world ain't fair. 9 times out of 10, if I'm getting into a fight with somebody and that person's friends are there or somebody else is there with them, somebody's gonna try some bitch-made shit. So I'm just gonna beat you to it.
Oh, see, I hate that attitude. I'd much rather just let two people just try to duke it out like that. I would much rather like that.
I'll put you right to sleep and laugh at you.
Oh, see, I hate that. All right, so here's another angle of the whole thing.
Security, we're trying to get on the zipper cycle, the Marriott trying to come through, and the man was telling them to move their boat because the Marriott couldn't dock so the boat could get off, and everybody on the zipper cycle, we just waiting. Why these folks swung on and jumped on this black man? Baby, the crew member that jumped off the Marriott.
I love that accent. I love it. Well, they don't know no black man. I love that accent.
They whooping ass, baby. Now come up out that boat, baby.
Oh, boy. The boat landed. All those people that were on that boat yelling, "Move, bitch!" Now that boat has landed on that same dock, and for some reason, these dipshits that just jumped this one black dude in front of a whole group of black people decided it would be smart for them to just remain on the dock in their boat, not get in the boat and ride that fucking boat across whatever fucking boat water, whatever the fuck body of water they're on, and get the fuck away from wherever that boat is, full of all those people that are ready to kick their fucking ass. Because here's what happens. Just a sea of people. Why the mute? Here we go. Hopping and skipping. You see somebody hopping and skipping up on you like that, you know they are chirping. They're ready. So I actually got to give these guys some credit. You want a mob on my one dude? Fine. Just like you said, Mikey. All right, fine. We'll just come back.
Yeah.
Like you said, if there's one mob, we'll just bring back another mob then. So
Better be ready for it.
all right, so there you go. These dudes don't even wait. They just immediately start smacking these mother. What's that? Oh, I never clipped to it. My bad, guys. I'm sorry.
They ready to move now. They ready to move now. Yeah.
So here they come.
Yeah.
Hop, skipping all the way.
Yeah. Woo.
And it starts immediately.
Woo. Woo. They scared. Look at them. They scared. Woo. Beat their ass. Woo.
Oh, I like the dude in the orange. There you go.
Oh,
They
Don't let
pay
nobody
for
bitch
it.
on your family.
Then the chick gets beat up too.
Yeah, see, exactly.
I-
That's what's wrong with people in this world.
Tie her ass up.
It's okay to beat up women.
No, but I mean, she does start punching. She got involved too. She was punching on that guy too.
I didn't
Somebody
see
got
a
thrown in the
woman beat on
water.
that dude.
No, the chick got in there too. When the guy, she was in there too. When they were fighting, when that guy was getting mobbed, she was in on it too. She was in there too. She was absolutely. She was.
Ass up.
I'm not saying that she deserves to get beat up by a guy by any means, but you know.
That's what I'm saying. The world ain't fair.
She whooping her ass.
But I don't
Is
know
that a
what the hell
guy?
they
Wait,
say.
I don't think that's a guy, Mikey. I think that's a woman hitting her. It just happens to perhaps look like a guy because you're saying she whooping her ass.
That what you get. That what you get.
Yeah, that's a woman.
Tie her ass up.
She just punches like a man.
She better put her in the water. In the water. Tie his ass up.
Absolute brawl.
Y'all were wrong.
Can you imagine being? Look at that! Now they start getting outnumbered. What is she doing? What are these women doing, getting themselves involved in that?
Protecting their kids.
They're stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, those dudes.
Look at the brawl.
Those dudes aren't acting like kids. They know exactly what they're doing. They knew exactly what they got themselves into. So I have no. I'm actually on the side of all these dudes on the boat. I'm totally all for it. I don't have any problem with the way these dudes reacted. You watch some dude get his ass beat, 6-on-1. I think people want to make it racial. I think it just happened to be racial. They just happened to be connected to that guy. It was one of their peeps, and the dude ends up getting beat down. Just trying to help them park their damn boat.
Well, that's the difference between black people and white people anyways. Black people always rally around one of their own when they see a big fight like that happen, and white people just let a white person get stomped the fuck out.
No, they do the opposite. They jump on one dude.
In this one video where we've seen that happen. Every other video.
Oh, I've seen it a million times both
life
ways.
Experience.
I've seen it a million times both ways. I'm not even looking at the race involved in it. I'm just looking at the fact that it's just the boat guy is their people right there. And I don't mean their people like he's black. He's the boat. He's the guy on the boat helping them get parked. They're stuck on this fucking boat. He's helping them get parked on the dock, and then they got to witness him get beat up, and immediately they're gonna want to come to his rescue. Just natural human.
If he's white, they don't.
Oh, I don't know about that, Mikey. I think your bad experiences in Rochester are clouding your judgment on that one, in my opinion at least. But what do I know? I'm just a white kid from Chagrin Falls. Now this was a good fight. These guys throw. This guy goes right for the eyeballs. What a move!
Yep.
Just completely takes over.
Throw some right in the eye.
But then right there, that right there. Now again, let those two dudes just go. Why do the other two why has everybody else got to get involved in it? Let those two dudes just brawl. That other guy had it under control. He didn't need their help. He's doing just fine. He's got that guy by the eyeballs and the throat. He's winning. Then it goes to the girls fighting, more guys fighting again. And this guy comes out with the fucking WWE style. Hits his own guy by accident at first. Comes over, takes this chick over the head. And the cops say, okay, we're done letting you guys beat the shit out of each other now. Now that the chairs come out. So I didn't hear that music playing. I can't even play that. So yeah, there you go. There's the rest of that fight. It was insane. I love the cop when he pushes that chick right there. Right there, that's great. Shoves her away. This whole thing was awesome. It was, I mean, I don't obviously condone that. I don't like seeing people fight, but, I just imagine being involved in the middle of all that and how absolutely just crazy and scary and nuts that would be. But boy, to just sit there with your camera from afar and just, wow, look at all this fucking chaos. This is great. I will say, the best part of all that, nothing popped off, no guns or anything like that. It was just a straight up old-fashioned brawl. And you know what? A couple people got hit with chairs. A couple people got thrown in the water. There was a Black Aquaman. I don't know if I have that audio. I thought I had that audio or that video of Black Aquaman. Did you see Black Aquaman, Mikey?
I did not. And according to the chat, I'd absolutely hate Black Aquaman.
Why?
Oh my God! The disappointment for them just keeps mounting up. Because I like to speak the truth in what I see.
You're allowed to feel however you want.
Oh.
So keep watching. Keep watching, Mikey.
I'm watching the woman just try to pull her kid off of the guy.
But watch it. There you go. There he is.
Oh, but
Swimming his ass over there. That boy finna help that boy.
Homeboy jumped off the boat. It turns out that's a 16-year-old kid.
Get up there, young boy.
He went, shit, I'm tired as fuck. He goes, that's a longer swim than I thought. Fuck, that's
especially
shit.
In
fully clothed.
Yeah.
So let's zoom in a little bit so you can actually see.
Young buck.
Takes his shoes off. Now he's ready to get in the scrap.
Shit, they tore his ass up. They tore his ass up. We got action, baby.
We got action, baby. That was funny. So there you go. That was a little day on the riverboat down in Bam on the shores down there. So it looked like a pretty crazy ass fucking time. All right, so let me check in with the chat here real quick. Let's see. Oh, perfect. I saw No Fury said somebody's got to get a clip of the guy jumping off. I got that. There you go. Gunner says, why would you stay on that dock? That is wild. I have no idea. Seriously, those dudes that just stayed on the dock after they just jumped some black guy in front of a bunch of other black people. And again, it doesn't matter. It could be reverse it and the exact same thing would happen. It's just crazy. People are just going to look out for their own, I guess. Where are we at here? First, Crooked Orchids has a great point. First off, and most important, that guy didn't deserve to get jumped like that in the first. People are the worst. He definitely did not deserve that. He was just over there doing his goddamn job. Oh, and good point, Nugget Man. I'm glad nobody got sucked into the paddle boat or into the propellers. There've been 2 different propeller deaths over the past weekend. Or the past week. Have you seen any of those, Mikey? There was a little girl.
I didn't hear anything about those.
Yeah, a little girl fell off of a boat and the propeller sheared her leg off and she bled to death. She ended up dying. Little girl.
Oh.
And then I think it was like some congressman's kid or something. I can't remember, or granddaughter or something. And then over the weekend or right before it, I think it was maybe Thursday or Friday, and I might have the video of the reaction to it. There was a wedding boat that got run into by another boat, and this lady on this boat, and like this little boat that runs into this wedding cruise or whatever, ends up flying off the boat into the propeller, and she ends up getting her arm cut off, and she ends up dying.
Jesus.
So that was like 3 different things this weekend. Where's that at?
I was watching boats get thrown around on the lake on Sunday. It was absolutely hilarious.
I could have sworn I had a video of them. There's a video of these people on a boat, on that actual wedding boat, of right after the other boat hits them. Like they're just sitting there partying and having a good time. And then you see like the jostle and everybody goes, "Oh my God." And then there's like, you pan down in the water and there's this blurred view in the water with this with this red kind of blur inside this regular, like other blur. So you're clearly looking at this lady with her arm cut off. So all these people witnessed this too. And now the guy that was running the boat, they're investigating to see if he was drunk or on drugs or something. And the husband of the lady who died is insisting that the guy was distracted on his phone and wasn't paying attention. So, I mean, just imagine being on a little boat and just sitting there minding your own business. All of a sudden you look up and there's this other big ass ship right there that you slam into and then fly into their big ass propeller and your arm gets cut off. I mean, it's insane.
Not a big boat guy. So no.
Nah, me neither. I'll be honest with them. My dad was like in the Navy and was in the boats and stuff like that. Not me.
Ships.
Yes, he was a ship guy. Yeah, he was on a gunship.
I remember the last time I said boat on this show, and it was a ship.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. I'm the one who made that up too. Not made it up. I'm the one who made that edict because only the other ones will yell you.
But dude, it was so funny. We were out at the lake on Sunday for a few hours, and it was a lot windier and everything than we expected. And like while we were down at the lake, I got a little like weather alert on my phone that became like a small craft advisory. Yeah. And it was literally like watching like the dinner bell ring and everyone getting called home real quick. Like every boat in front of us from every direction all just started to go towards the pier and the inlet to the bay, and watching these small crafts and these tiny boats, dude, just go almost completely vertical, just stop. I was just watching them from the shore freezing going, oh my God, that's gotta suck.
Yeah, that would be the worst. Yeah, I remember
I'd be puking everywhere.
I went on the old man's boat a few times on his yacht, and I didn't enjoy myself any of the times. It's slow travel, and when you go faster, it gets bumpy, and for fucking 3 hours, and it just
doesn't stop. And then you get off the boat, and it feels like for another 3 hours you're still on a boat. Yeah, it doesn't seem fun. That's not fun to me.
It's not. I agree. Maybe a short little trip on like a speedboat or something around the lake might be fun a couple times here and there. Cool. A trip on a little pontoon, just sitting on a pontoon, floating around. I like that. But long trips on a yacht or like a long boat ride, ferry rides aren't that bad because they're pretty slow. And like the whole point of is if you're on a ferry ride, it's usually just going from A to B, or you're doing like a ferry boat tour kind of thing. So you're actually looking at shit. So that's tolerable. But like going from like downtown Cleveland to Put-in-Bay on your boat as like the moon, I would rather tow the boat, then put the boat in drive there because it's faster, then put the boat in the water, and then just sit on the boat and party. That'd be fun. I'd be all for that, and then just have a ride back and not have to sit in that stupid boat there and then back, just party on the boat so you have your own place to party. I'm all for that. Especially like after parties, you go to the bars or whatever on the island, and then you go back to your boat. That's fucking sweet. I love that. But otherwise, boat life is not for me. All right. So I think that's going to start wrapping things up for us tonight. We'll be back live tomorrow. This week is going to be a little bit weird for me. I'm not sure what we're going to do on... Mike, I'll let you go, my dude. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it.
Love you, buddy.
Adios, dude. Love you, too. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing as far as schedule for the rest of the week. I have to figure out exact times on some of the stuff I have going on because I do have... I can tell you Wednesday... we're going to be off on Wednesday for sure because I have an event on Wednesday evening. It's like afternoon into the evening, and it'll run across when we would be doing the show live. So we won't be live on Wednesday, but we might be able to. I'm not sure about Thursday. I have an event on Thursday as well. So they're both not huge events. It's just a matter of the timing on this one on Thursday. I don't know if I'll be done back here in time to get everything loaded up to actually get the show started back up again. So it all depends on how quickly this event goes and how soon I can get out of there. But definitely we'll be back live tomorrow. We'll be off on Wednesday. Actually, no, I won't even be able to get a best of put up because I won't be able to get to the computer to fire it and go live or anything like that. So Wednesday, it's just going to be off day. I'll try to get some highlight clips posted for you guys just to have something to watch at least during the evening. But I apologize and won't be here. I did take this event a while ago, so I do have to honor that commitment. And then same goes on Thursday. I got to make sure I honor that commitment as well. So, but I think we might be back live on Thursday. And then we will be here, of course, live on Friday. And then Saturday, I have Allie and Dan's wedding. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's kind of a big week for me for Sean Street Entertainment. And of course, if you are looking for someone to DJ your wedding, I got a bunch of open dates for 2024. So if you know somebody who's getting married or you're getting married or getting ready to pop the question, get out ahead of it. Try to get me for next year because this is right about the time everybody starts booking me for next year, right about a year out. So if you've not popped the question, you're getting ready to, you're interested, want to learn more, go to clevelandreception.com. If you know somebody who's getting married, they're looking for a DJ, send them my website, clevelandreception.com. I'm the best in the biz, as you guys saw by that fantastic video that I played earlier. That's going to wrap things up, guys. If you have not already hit the thumbs up on today's video, please do that for me. I would really appreciate it. It really helps me out. If you're not already a member, Brap, I love this idea. He said, can you just play the break music for a whole show on Wednesday so we can chat in here and listen to some great music and send Vanilla Charlie into a spiral? No, I don't think so. Vanilla Charlie, he's going to have to take that up with Dan. Dan Soundman is the one who came up with that. So I'm not going to change that music. I love it. So you are stuck with it, Vanilla Charlie. Again, if you guys are not already official members of the League of Dummies, you hear me referring to the League of Dummies all the time. They are official members, many of them, and you can become an official member just by hitting that join button. It's $1.99 a month, and it's really one of the best ways to help support Another Dumb Show, to help us keep rolling on through into the future. So again, I want to thank everybody. Oh, there was a small B1 update, but we'll get into that tomorrow. I'm going to wrap things up here tonight. I'm starting to get tired, so we'll come back tomorrow. I'll talk a little bit about what went on with her and I over the weekend, and we'll get into that. So in the meantime, guys, if you've been participating in a happy hour, you know the rules. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay home. If you're doing the lavender, the delis, stay home. Don't go anywhere. Don't be stupid. Just chill it out. So we're going to wrap it up, guys. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I hope you guys had a great day today, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow. I am out of here. See ya.